Tom and Pat Robinson are invaluable in the Troy community. They are the biggest cheerleaders for our organizations, nonprofits, along with other businesses in Troy. They truly are the face of Troy. When you think about every business, every organization, even individual people that they've impacted over the course of however many years, they are just phenomenal philanthropists that, you know, I don't know where a lot of organizations would be in the community without them.
Tom and Pat Robinson mean more to Troy than I think the average person realizes. They have touched every corner of the city and really every corner of the county with their generosity and their love and their care and their concern. There are so many spaces that they have personally donated to, but not only funding, but they have invested their personal care and help, and just really showing everyone else how to be good citizens by jumping in and helping wherever needed.
So I think one of the things that I love most about Pat and Tom Robinson is their sincere interest in kids and making their lives as amazing as possible through their support of Duke Park, of course, the Lincoln Community Center, the Rec, Bruckner Nature Center, and probably a million other places that I haven't thought of. This community is what it is because of them.
Many, many years ago, Pat went to Dr. Kiefer and Dr. Daniels at the Board of Education office in Troy and shared with them about a program she was aware of in Columbus called I Know I Can. And it was a program that helped young people, especially elementary students, better prepared them for some type of post-secondary education, and then provided last dollar grants for that piece of education. And Pat said to them, if Columbus can do this, why can't Troy do something like this? So at that point, Dr. Kiefer and Dr. Daniel approached Joe Wilson and myself, and it gave us the opportunity to develop The Future Begins Today. And it is a program that targets kids starting in fourth grade and provides additional support for them all the way through high school graduation. And to date, we've provided over $750,000 in last dollar scholarship grants. And it all began with Pat Robinson and her idea and her willingness to go to the Board of Education and share that idea and that dream and that vision and make it a reality.
The Robinsons have been instrumental with the YMCA over the past 20 years. They initially gave the gift that started the Robinson branch, which finally brought the YMCA to be able to serve the southern part of Miami County, the Troy, the Tip City, West Milton areas. And then over the years, they've been very supportive of the YMCA and its mission. They've helped with maintenance projects. They helped us with an outdoor track through the Duke Foundation and the Robinson Fund. And also, they provided more recently a large gift to help us expand the YMCA with a large 25,000 square foot field house. That has really helped our membership and has given people more opportunities to use the YMCA. So over the years, they've helped thousands and thousands of people. They've brought them into the YMCA to help us serve our mission.
If you come by Health Partners Free Clinic, you'll notice on our signage, it's the Paul G. Duke Health Center. We have been supported by Pat and Tom Robinson and the Paul G. Duke Foundation for 21 years now at Health Partners Free Clinic. If it wasn't for them, frankly, we wouldn't have a building. So for us, the work that Pat and Tom Robinson have done in this community and for our organization in particular is monumental. Without them, we wouldn't be.
So Pat and Tom Robinson have been a part of the growth of the facility of Edison Estate since the groundbreaking of the college. They are yearly scholarship awardees, and so there are just thousands of students who have come to Edison State because of Pat and Tom Robinson. They've contributed to the facilities of the college in so many ways, the Robinson Theater, the disc golf course, and then of course the Robinson Center. But it is their continued faith in the college, their support for the college that we feel every day. So on behalf of the trustees, the faculty, and the administration of Edison State, I say thank you. They've changed the very fabric of our community. Our community shines brighter because of their presence among us.
Tom and Pat, after they made that generous donation to have the new soup kitchen built, they would come in once a week and help us serve. So it was really great seeing such fine people going out of their way to help us serve the low income of Troy, Ohio. And they meshed really well with the people, and they're just common, ordinary folk, and we just really appreciate their hands-on help at the soup kitchen also.
One of the things that we do is to really sit and listen to a person talk about what they need to have a more stable life. And he was actually renting floor space, which meant he was sleeping on the floor of a closet in a home. And we helped him with a birth certificate and state ID, and we have helped him with housing. He has his own apartment now, he has a car, and all of those things that we do to help people on an individual basis are because of the support that we receive from our wonderful community.
Pat and Tom Robinson have been huge supporters of the Nature Center since day one. I think when we opened to the public back in 1974, there are a lot of stories that happen here every day, from preschoolers that are discovering touching a snake for the first time, to raising a baby mink at the Nature Center and eventually getting it to release itself down at the pond. And Pat and Tom have been a part of every one of the facets of our mission here.
So the Robinsons were the seed, and what I'd say the main catapult to the Lincoln Community Center expansion project. We started a program, Random Acts of Kindness, that allowed for us to provide outreach to folks whenever our staff or our board saw a need in the community. Down the street from the center, we had a grandmother who was raising her grandkids, and mother was still living in the house and needed a hot water heater, needed some remodeling done at the house. Didn't really even ask the center, just kind of put it out there of, hey, I need this done. We don't have hot water, trying to take care of the kids. And just the ability to go into our own funds through the Duke Foundation, in which the Robinsons are really involved in, and I know Pat's still very much so involved in that board. We were able to go in, new hot water heater, remodel the front porch, get the house livable, if you will, at no cost to the folks that owned it. The gifts that they've entrusted to the center have allowed us to do outreach that we've never done before. When you talk about sending kids to college, very proud of a lot of our graduates that have went on to postgraduate, bachelor's degree, master's degree. We've got law students that have been impacted from the Robinsons and the Duke Foundation. And our outreach in terms of the tentacles that we've been able to provide through the Robinsons funding and through the Duke Foundation have made the center really a real service outreach organization here in the community. So the biggest thing I'm most proud of are our children, the ones that have went on to get educated and get sustainable jobs. It's most impactful though whenever you're able to look an adult in the eye and they say, hey, I'm in need. You don't have to go get board approval, you don't have to go raise the money. It's like, hey, we've got this nest egg that we've been entrusted. We've got to be a good steward, we've got to do the right thing and have the integrity to go out and help someone else. So that's been my last 10 years through their funding, through their support. That's been the most fun I've had of being able to help people and make sure that it's lasting, it's impactful, it's documented, and it gets people that hand up to go to the next level.
In 2014, the Troy Rec was venturing on a campaign to refurbish and renovate the facility. It had been quite a while since the facility had had any updates, and Tom and Pat contributed significantly to that renovation, and even came through and told our directors and at the time and the board that they weren't quite dreaming big enough and that they needed to think of all the things that needed done. And so they really helped the board and the director have a vision of what the rec could be for the teens in the area.
The Robinsons' contributions to the robotics program created a cycle of success, and I'm sure the other things they've done in the community have also created this same cycle of success. The students succeed, they gain confidence. These robotics students then went out into the community volunteering, doing demonstrations at libraries, schools, events. That motivated them. They attended college and engineering programs many times, if not in science or STEM-related programs. And now we've seen it come full cycle where they return to the community and actually work for a company that may have initially supported them. And now they're returning to our community to volunteer as coaches and to reinvest in the community. That's the cycle of success, and I thank the Robinsons for creating this in Troy.
They truly take joy in the giving, and they want others to experience that joy in giving. But it is that humility and just their love of life and love of making a difference that always impresses me and just makes it a pleasure to be around them.
Pat and Tom, you have made a difference. You've made a difference in our community, but more importantly, you've made a difference in the lives of children in this community. And so many of us are so grateful for what you have done and what you continue to do. And we just say we appreciate you and we thank you from the bottom of our hearts.
Tom and Pat, we just want to say thanks on behalf of everybody, the people that eat at the soup kitchen, the volunteers, the staff. Thank you for going above and beyond the call of duty. We discover almost on a daily basis that you're behind things we didn't even know you supported. So thank you, and God bless you both.
Pat and Tom, I can't say enough about how much you have mean to the Troy community, and just thank you from the bottom of my heart for always being there to help the many organizations that you have helped over the years. You really do mean a lot to the community of Troy.
Tom and Pat, thank you from the bottom of my heart. This community, it means a lot to me, and I know it means a lot to you as well. And we are successful and impactful because of you. So thank you.